Hey guys, Dustin, Skidoojunky. Got Devin back helping today finally. We got the rest of Jimmy's sleds down from upstairs. They're all downstairs now. We've got a handful that we still have to remove the studs on. Jimmy doesn't want any studs touching his new concrete floor, so we're taking him out of most of the sleds. He's got a 94 Mach Z drag sled, ice drag sled it's picked and chiseled, so we're gonna actually track swap that. And I'm gonna put that track and on my 96 improver and see if maybe we can make it up to Triple Fest this year and see what that thing's made of. I've never had an opportunity to spend much time with it on the ice, but Jimmy's paying Devin $100 a sled to remove the studs. The only thing worse than putting studs in is taking them back out, especially when you're working on a 40 or 50-year-old sled. The 78 340 is nice, but it's got the original track and it's got T-nuts in it, so you know what that means. Fight every single one of them, but we'll get there. We're down to this, his 76 SRX drag sled. It's got chisels in it also, and then his 93 Mach Z, that one is studded as well. So we're getting there. We're gonna get at least one more done today. His guys will be out tomorrow to pick up another load. That'll leave 2 loads and all his stuff will be gone. So, you know, this week, busy at work. Devin was gone all week out, and where were you at, Devin?
Colorado Springs.
What were you out there for?
My sister and I both got elected on the FFA officer team, and we do a trip at the end of every year, just kind of, you know, congratulating us for our hard work, and we were able to spend a week out there with the rest of our FFA officers. It was a great time.
Yeah, so he said he's not going to eat for 2 weeks now because of all the food that they ate while he was on his trip. But so he's home for a couple days. Then he leaves again for a country concert with one of his buddies and truck show. They're going to Tailgate and Tall Boys in Bloomington. He'll be there for 4 days. His sister's going to the state FFA convention. So once again, mom and dad are gonna be alone for the week. It's a good thing I know what to do with Leslie. I didn't need an operator's manual. So yeah, it's just been a long time since it's been just the two of us. But her and I are going to embark on yet another road trip this week. Friday afternoon, we are headed to northern Michigan, the northern part, not quite the UP, but you know, you guys, I'd said all along that there was only a handful of sleds I still wanted. Well, there's one that I'm missing out of my Mach Z collection. I'm not going to tip you off yet. Any of you that paid attention to the videos know which one I'm looking for. And this sled found me. I'll talk more about it in next week's video. But it's very special, very rare, very unique. So headed up to get it Friday afternoon. We'll spend the night up there, grab it early Saturday morning, maybe grab breakfast with a good friend of mine, Doug Ritchie. He's from about an hour from up there. Doug's a Skidoo collector. He and I speak almost daily. And then we'll do a video on that sled when I get it home. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's supposed to be a wet weekend next weekend, so I don't know that we'll have an opportunity to do much work outside, so might as well spend it messing with sleds. And then, you know, this week, stayed busy with sleds, getting Jimmy's stuff ready. You know, wanted to try and track down most of the parts for the 03 440 that came from the Frank Bursick auction, and I've had the opportunity to find, I think, everything for it. But that was special thanks to one person and his people, Bill Fullerton's PAC in Canada. You know, I always like to give a shout out to people, businesses, you know, certain items that make collecting sleds fun and easy, and Bill's that guy. So Bill has got the most elaborate collection of, or I should say inventory of new old stock Skidoo parts of anyone in the world. So what's available to us as collectors is one thing. What he's got in his private stock is probably another. Hopefully one of these days I get an opportunity to maybe see it. It would be cool, but if any of you guys are collecting Skidoos, don't hesitate to give Bill a call. Tracy's awesome. I mean, she knows most part numbers off the top of her head, and before I can get to a microfiche and scroll through it, she's like, oh, I know exactly what you need. And guess what? We have stock. Like, that's music to my ears. Anytime I pick up or call her, she answers the phone, I rattle off a part number or tell her what I'm looking for, she says, we have stock. that's when you know you've hit the jackpot. So, and they're very fair, and once again, just great people. Can't say enough good about them. But give Bill and Tracy a call at Fullerton's PAC. Their number is 705-646-0057, I believe is the number. You can find them online also, and Bill's got a great Skidoo collection as well. One of the other things that Devin and I were talking about today while we're working is Devin's like, Dad, it's time for a show again. You know, we're gonna have Jimmy's stuff out of here, and as much as it stinks, like I said, his stuff is just amazing. It's gonna be cool because we're gonna get back to basically one brand. Outside of my original Kitty Cat, my 03 F7, that's my Nemesis sled, and then the couple of trade wins that I just picked up, everything's Skidoo in here. So we may work on planning a comeback of the Yellow Fever Club. Some of you guys remember that. Pat and I did that. Dave McNeil helped us with some social media stuff back in the mid 2010s, 15s, somewhere in that era. But I think it's time to get back to that again. And Devin, he's like, Dad, it's time for a show. I think he's right. So stay tuned. I'm going to talk to Pat, maybe talk to Dave a little bit, see what their thoughts are. But we need to get back to doing that kind of stuff. So hopefully see you guys next week, and we'll have a really, really cool Skidoo to talk about. See you then. Man, what a day. I told Devin, I don't know, I've worked on sleds a lot before, but I don't know if I've ever worked on sleds that hard before. Holy cow. We got the last 19 sleds down from the mezzanine and got them all moved around. Then we took studs out of 5 sleds and replaced the track on a 94 Mach Z. Jimmy had a 94 Mach Z that was set up for speed running. had a track all loaded with picks and chisels and stuff, and rather than take them out and have all those holes, he wanted a complete new track on it. Plus it was a 9811 speed track anyways. But yeah, I'm whooped. That kicked my butt. Everything's ready. I think they're going to get 2 loads this week. They've been getting around 14 a load. So 2 loads should wrap up everything but the new sleds that are in the crate. And I would assume that they'll get those in the next week or 2 here to come. And I need to make a correction. I realized after the fact that I misspoke. Fullerton's phone number is 705-646-0051. I think I said 0057 and 0051. You can find them online. Once again, nobody has a better selection of new old stock Skidoo parts than Bill Fullerton. I think I'm batting 500 when I call there to get parts for a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, and I was getting new old stock yellow CK3 hoods from it. I mean, it's like, who has those? Well, Bill does. So that's it for the week, and like I said, Leslie and I are going to go on a little road trip Friday night. What are we getting? I guess you guys will have to wait and find out. This one is super, super special. I'm excited to get it home, and already made room for it. So you guys have to wait and see what it is. Thanks for everything. Have a great week.